Very good evening, everyone. Welcome to another inspiring episode of BizTalks Unplugged, candid conversations on business, presented by INR The Insight Room, where we open the floor to unrestricted, unscripted dialogues for curious business minds. Today, we are honored to have with us Mr. Bharat Bharadwaj, the great philanthropist, innovator, strategist, thought leader, keynote speaker, and a mentor and coach known for helping business scale and for shaping careers for strategies and for students. With a journey spanning 3 decades plus across healthcare, OTC, and pharma, he brings a rare blend of sales excellence, brand building, and marketing communications, the kind of leadership that understands both the boardroom and the ground realities of markets. He also stands out as an early pioneer of digital healthcare and telemedicine, building platforms and ecosystems that aim to make healthcare access smarter and more connected. What makes his profile especially compelling is the way he bridges strategy with purpose. As the founder director of Divinity Foundation, he reflects a strong commitment to the impact led initiatives where nation building themes like education, skilling, and community development aren't just topics, but a lived focus. Add to that his experience in teaching themes like business policy and strategic management and consumer behavior. And you get a speaker who doesn't just talk business, he explains why people, brands, and systems behave the way they do. And interestingly, he also carries a unique parallel at depth as a qualified Jyotishacharya, exploring the Vedic philosophy and our ancient heritage. A reminder that leadership is often strongest when it combines analysis with insight and ambition with grounded perspective. Welcome, sir. It's truly an honor to have you with us today. The floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, and for a wonderful introduction. I think I'm overwhelmed with this kind of words like you've used. I also did my LLB, but couldn't complete it last semester because of my business commitments. So that was again accidental kind of journey, but that gave me a lot of insights of law. So because I did, I think 4 or 5 semesters from Delhi University. Yeah, please. Uh,
Before we talk about boardrooms, brands, and strategy, I'd love to meet the person behind the profile. Usually, the person who is appeared today is a complex summation of different experiences and happenings which have happened in the honored guests' lives. And as such, can we travel back a bit to the world you grew up in it? So supposedly, if today you meet a 15-year-old Bharat in your school days, what kind of boy would we see? Quiet, observer, mischief maker, topper, rebel, or something else? And what were the family structure and the situations back then, which actually shaped you and helped you, becoming in what you are today?
See, I was born in a very lower middle class family, although it was part of Delhi, but you can compare with today's tier 3 city, the kind of facilities I was enjoying in my childhood. So I lost my father at the age of 5, and my mother helped me, grew up well. And because of her blessings, I think I traveled till this far. So if I can recall, I was a very timid, mediocre child from a lower middle class family in context like, as I told you, I was very simple, uh, absolutely naive. Till my 15 years of education, I was going to a government school for my education, and I was average in studies that time. So this was, as far as my personality was, very timid. I was not having any confidence, and I think it was not required that time. Maybe I was not, because we all are product of our environment. Now I understand that, like, because my environment was that from my mohalla where I was, my upbringing was done. 7 out of 10 people were criminals. So I think they became low. So 10 नंबर ही बोलते थे उस समय पुलिस रिकॉर्ड्स में उनको, means 10 crime आपने कर लिया तो you will be 10 नंबर ही. So I had that kind of environment in my neighborhood. So I was lucky to escape that because of course, 3 were people who were not criminals. So I was one of them. out of 10. So I have seen in my childhood that people using knives and cutting out and opening the entire abdomen. I have seen the intestines coming out of the human body at my doorstep. So that was the kind of childhood I enjoyed. So I think that made me tough also. So that was the, it, because you have seen so much in your childhood, so much of tough life, that you're prepared for your coming years. So that was one. So my family, of course, I had one younger sister. She's also done well in her life. My mother was working with a government hospital, and because of her sincerity, she was very social lady. And despite all the toughest time, like, and you can see that when she lost her husband at the age of, she was hardly 25 or so, and I was 5 year old that time. So the kind of courage she has shown and exhibited, and took her, both the kids, raised both the kids in a very, very comfortable environment, giving them all the, facilities which are required for the studies that time. It was commendable. So because of those qualities, I think I also took the challenge. And because I know if I have to grow in life, so I have to study. So there was no other option. So एक होता था मजबूरी में पढ़ाई की, वो मजबूरी जरूरी थी.
That seems that the idea of karma began well early in your life, sir, and that would shape your ideas and perspectives towards how business is conducted in the future. But sir, with focusing more on that, when you say that within your childhood frameworks you saw a lot of criminal sort of activities, did it not have any sort of impact on you, other in terms other than having sort of giving you a more stronger immunity and stronger resistance
Yeah,
to?
I was lucky to have, one, there was one Arya Samaj Mandir, what we call, where Veda was taught. So luckily, I was lucky to enter into that. It was a neighborhood. So there was a teacher, a guru, I would say. He was a tailor by profession, and he came from Jharkhand. Today it is Jharkhand. That time it was Bihar, part of Bihar. He himself was, I think, just eighth pass, and he was doing tailoring. But he was a young boy of, I think, 27 or 28-year old when I was, growing up in 12 to 14, 15 years. So I joined the Arya Samaj Mandir. He was very, very disciplined person, and he inculcated the habit of doing yoga and habit of eating well, doing a lot of creative activities. So he made me, for every child who was attending that, and it was free. So there was no charges. So it was a good recreational activity outside the school for us. So he made a register for everyone where there were 20, 25 points. And you have to take it that you got up in the morning at 5 o'clock, you touch the feet of your parents, give a take, and you have you drink. Have you taken milk? Take. Have you studied today for 1 hour? Take. So those 20 points, and you have to fill it every day. And weekly he will examine with the parents. He will visit our house and ask, कि इन्होंने जो लिखा वो ठीक है कि नहीं है? So that was the discipline which was inculcated. I think that helped me develop overall personality a bit.
Sir, just a question coming out of from this. In today's world scenario, we have seen the children which are being in their early childhood, they are being strategically being changed by the gaming world or by the social media. So from today's world, how you see the parents who are both who are working, and we have seen the six parenting syndrome as well. So how can the today's world be not be affected from these type of things, and can we resist their children and make them really fruitful life?
I feel school plays a very important role today. Today's education policy would play a good role if, like, my kids have studied in Europe, and the thrust was not on education that time. Thrust was on personality building, and it was like they will spend more time in the field playing something or doing activities rather than reading subjects in the classroom. And it was one-to-one kind of discussion. The teacher kid and parent would sit and they will form a team, and priority would be given to the decision of child. What do you want to study this semester? So if history, or you are weak in history, or you like history, so you can choose that. And teacher and parents have to support them. This kind of education is missing in India right now. I think very few schools would be taking it to that. And physical activity is more important when the body is building. I always insist on having a very healthy body, because healthy body will have healthy mind. Although I was maybe not that healthy in my childhood because of some other reasons. But if you are given normal nutrition, good nutrition, and those kind of exercises are given to you, so that would definitely have good impact on children. Media, there are a lot of studies on screen that this restricts your mental growth, and memories are getting affected. Not only eyesight only, but brain is also getting affected. Your cognitive abilities are reducing if you use more of screen time. And of course, this is very convenient for वो गलती भी तो पेरेंट्स की होती है ना, जल्दी मोबाइल दे देते हैं. But sometime now education also requires, my kids were given tablet from their school, but this was restricted, and it was very, very customized kind of tablet, so that you could not open anything else. Whatever is required, that only school will decide what you can watch and what not. So those kind of technology has its own advantage, but we have to restrict the side effects of that also. Yoga, I think, or any physical activity, I always recommend that जब तक 20 मिनट पसीना नहीं निकलेगा तो body आपकी बनेगी नहीं. And 20 minutes of sweating also, it is proven that this helps you fight against cancer. So chances of getting cancer will be reduced in your life. So these are proven studies. तो 1 घंटा तो खेलना ही खेलना है. So you have to give your body at least 1 hour in a 24 hours.
So, just stepping in. So you mentioned about that your schooling was done in a spiritualistic education framework. Am I right?
No, my school was government school, Norman government school, which was away from my house. I used to take a DTC bus that time, and I was doing up down by the bus. I think we used to have all India, all route pass of 12 rupees that time, 12 rupees 50 paise or so. And this spiritual, it was not spiritual, it was overall, because वेद कहाँ समझ आते छोटे बच्चे को, है ना. लेकिन ये कि बैठ जाते थे, हवन देखते थे कि हवन हो रहा है, एंजॉय करते थे, because it was mandatory there. What we were interested in, थोड़ा म्यूजिक करेंगे, थोड़ा डांस करेंगे, थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज करेंगे, थोड़ा योगा करेंगे, कुछ सुन लेंगे साथ में. So the hook was to get recreational activities which inculcated discipline. So it was not spiritual at all from that angle. Spirituality came into my life very, very late. I think I was in Varanasi. After my graduation, I did my first posting there. Then I realized how spiritual the city was. So that helped me realizing, and I did a lot of meditations then and got the impact of that also.
Sir, any teacher or early mentor from your schooling days whom you still sort of go, mentally go back, trying to look to, and when you are taking tough decisions today? Because in every human lives, we actually find that one person who becomes the very basis of our ideas and foundations, and as such, we try to revolve our entire reality around them. And maybe someone like you in your life as well, sir.
See, in government schools, what happened that time, teachers were very, very strict, but they were dedicated to education. It's not today's scenario is different. Like you cannot use any force on the physical punishment to the child. हमारे टाइम में तो डंडे से बात होती थी. अगर आपने होमवर्क नहीं किया तो डंडे से पिटाई होगी. अगर आपने टेस्ट मिस कर दिया तो पेरेंट्स को बुलाया जाएगा, और पेरेंट्स को अगर बुलाया गया तो पेरेंट्स पहले पिटाई करना शुरू कर देते कि कॉल क्यों आया स्कूल से, भाई तुमने क्या किया है. और आजकल जो है सिनेरियो, इट्स टोटली रिवर्स. You cannot touch a child in the school, and if child is punished a bit, then parent will go and protect कि आपने मेरे बच्चे को क्यों डांट दिया. So scenario is so that's the reason if you see all the top leaders today in the world, they have seen very, very tough, whether it is Satya Nadella or whether it is Sundaram or whether it is Google's. So 75% of the top leaders come from that tough background they have seen in the childhood. That's the reason they are today. So teachers were, of course, there were different teachers for different subjects that time. So everybody was good for me. Look, I cannot point out. I'm sure all my teachers have passed away. In fact, my school teachers are not there because I'm 60 plus now. So at that time, you can well imagine. So they were in their 40s and 45, 50s. So they're not but I'm there because I learned a lot from them.
So, you with the framework change in terms of education from the early days, which you have mentioned, that were much more stricter to what is today. I like to believe that the core idea that has changed is not the way how the education is being presented, but rather the concern which the earlier teachers used to have towards their students, and to now where it has merely become to an extent a bit transactional. So would you
Absolutely.
agree with this?
Absolutely. See, school for every school, it is producing results to CBSE. So they have to showcase their results. How many students have scored 95%? How many students have scored 100% in which subjects? How many? What is the topper's marks? So marks has become the only criteria, not the how good human beings you have produced for the society. So that should be the criteria for education. Education's main purpose is to produce good citizens, more productive citizens. So I think we are lacking somewhere there. I think so. We are influenced more by whatever others happening in the other countries. We have left our own traditional cultures behind. Some psychological studies, some those kind of which are not even related in the environment. They cannot. Those principles cannot work in environment. Like it's different sociology in India, right?
So, heading towards our next segment, which is journey and inner compass. So, you often describe your career as a 37-year journey from the bottom to the top in the healthcare, sales, marketing, and communications. When you look back at the entirety of that arc, what was the most karmic decision you took? Something that looked small back then, but changed the entire trajectory of your life and your approach towards the business world.
See, 37 years is a very long period, and I'm sure I would have, I have played many roles during this long journey. So when I started, I was visiting some areas which are rural areas, some interior when we used to go for the sales call in rural areas. Like, in fact, I was in Varanasi and I was invited by one of my seniors to join that. So, in fact, I did my MBA after working 3 years in the field. I went for MBA again. So I was I think, senior most in my batch in terms of age. So they used to respect me like a bada bhai. so, uh, so that because I did my graduation from IIT BHU, and that helped me a lot to understand the BHU culture. And uh, then I worked there for 3 years in Varanasi with one of the companies, Cipla, because that time you were not getting marketing positions directly from the campus. Companies used to hire you and groom you in the field before making you product managers. So that was the same case with me. So they promised me that after a couple of years in the field, they will induct me into product management. Uh, Product management was the part of marketing team that time. Sorry. So when I worked in that territory and I visited some interiors like Babri, Chakia, I do not know what the situation today. Of course, I'm talking of 1988. I found there were, not infrastructure was not that good what it is today. Roads were very, very shabby, full of gaddhas and muds. And drinking water out of the well, we will not find drinkable because there were small, small worms uh, swimming in that. So what we used to do, we used to take water from the well and filter it from the chai walas and ask them to boil the water before we could consume it. So I saw that rural people were having very, very tough healthcare system that time. So that helped me understand that what kind of requirement is there in rural area, which is, at that time 80% of, maybe 85% of India was residing in that time. I mean, today it's 70% plus. In some areas, it is even more in some states like Bihar. So that helped me, my exposure helped me understand that this is human nature and this is what is the requirement of the people. They are not having a healthcare structure. So that helped me understood that cost is one part. Second is, see, when you create a brand or you create a product or you create a service, you need to understand the sociology of the market. You need to understand the economical barriers. You need to understand what is the consumer's pain point. And if you can help them solve at a lowest price point, then you are at home. So that helped me designing all my products wherever I worked, whether I worked with Cipla or Ranbaxy or I was head of a Schwabe. I introduced everywhere. I introduced new products, new ranges, uh, product modifications were done, and my own product when I created digital telemedicine, we point the price point was just ₹5. So anybody from rural area using phone could consult a doctor in ₹5. So what more you can offer? So when I used to present this case study in Europe, people used to have a jaw drop. What? In 10 cents you're giving doctor's consultation? So this is what helped me understood the market because I worked on the ground. And it gives me immense satisfaction because karmic is what is karma? That you are trying to understand and reduce the pain of others. And without any greed, so money is a byproduct, even ₹5, if 70 lakh people are paying you ₹5 and you're making ₹1 as a profit out of that, you're still earning 70 lakh rupees every day, right? So that is a big thing, but only thing you need to reach the market and you need to design a product and service in such a way so that it is liked by the consumers.
So
So your
similarly,
career seems more like a yatra, which is amalgamation of truly illustrious experiences. So if your career were to, let's say, imagine we just to refer as yatra only, and there were with three milestones specifically, shiksha, pariksha, and diksha. What would those three turning points would be, sir?
See, Shiksha was the best Shiksha I got is from my mother, basically, because I learned how to survive within limited means and how to give even better services, whatever your framework of mind is, you still have to give the best to the world. And Pariksha is of course every day for an entrepreneur it is pariksha because you have to juggle with so many roles. And diksha, like if I have taken diksha or I have given diksha is the like I have trained so many thousands of people uh, with they I think within my company also there the people who work with us they became crorepati's. So that was the biggest satisfaction that you are not only serving the consumers, you're also serving some families who are dependent, who are working with your goal.
So the next segment is the building healing brands in healthcare. This will be taken over by Mr. Akash Srivastava.
thank you, Shrin. Sir, as you said, you have worked with the rural population, and actually you have worked with the very good brands, the Cipla and Betsy, which are the most ethical brands we know in the healthcare segments.
Mhm.
Sir, currently we are seeing that new brands are continuously emerging, but they have lost the ethical centricity in themselves. In just a case of the, you can say, pricing, in case of the genericity, in name of generic medicine, we have seen a lot of brands not producing that kind of things which is used to be offered in the previous brands as well. So how you seeing that the Indian healthcare sector, where one side we are talking about the healthcare tourism in India, and one side we are seeing the rural population is getting been pained by these I can subordinate or subprime medicines. So how you see that? Is it like something to be seen as an entrepreneur mindset, or just to be on the stake of talk?
See, basically what happens, it is not healthcare alone. Doctors or healthcare professionals or the people who are working with healthcare brands.
Sorry, sir.
Yep.
I am also a dentist, so
Okay. So those are all influenced by the social parameters, social fabric. If the fabric of the society is corruption, so everyone would be influenced by that. If the fabric of society is greed, or they want to grow faster, greed is what, like that you want to consume more and more and become more richer and than others, because it is a competition to become rich, then these practices come into picture at all. So they will definitely know whether it is businessman or whether it is healthcare professional, whether these are doctors. The values have changed. Earlier, doctors or veds of older times, they were serving. The profession was to serve the society. Like I took this, I never not as an entrepreneur, but to solve the problem of rural India. If I can give my product for 5 rupees, it will give me huge satisfaction. So similarly, they were serving the society. Now the shift has from serving to earning. So everybody is now trying to earn more and more. Maybe they don't require that kind of money. Still, there is a hole. What would they do that with that money is again a question mark. Once they realize कि भाई मुझे तो खाली हाथ ही जाना है, खाली हाथ ही आया था, मेरे लिमिटेड मीन्स हैं कि मेरी जो जरूरतें हैं वो एक इतना है, मैं कितना खा लूंगा, सोने का रोटी तो नहीं खा सकता ना, अगर खा भी लूंगा तो दैट इज विल बी टॉक्सिक फॉर मी बिकॉज इट इज अ हैवी मेटल एंड इट विल hit my kidneys and liver. So it will become poison after some time. So if I have to maintain my health, I have to दो रोटी सुबह खा ली, दो रोटी शाम को खा ली, और मे भी थोड़ा सा स्नैक्स बीच में ले लिया. आप सोओगे तो 6 फुट के बिस्तर पे ही. अब गाड़ी आपको मर्सिडीज चाहिए या आपका बेलिनो में काम चल जाता है या मारुति में चल जाता है, तो इट्स ऑल इन माइंड. The contentness which is required, I think we need to have deep dive into that. But societies might, because capitalist people have changed the mind of the society, so everybody is running for that. So it's not healthcare. I don't blame only healthcare. It is the entire society. So if we have to change, everybody has to change. We have to change with our mindset first.
so similarly, that happened in the US as well. US have the Mayo Clinic. So do you think that MedTech will help to change this mindset in the India with the doctors or the upcoming doctors?
See, the government have started like telemedicine, which we started earlier. We were B2B product. So we were giving our, because I never had that kind of money which I could reach directly to the consumer. We were, I think, around 1.2 million country that time when we started the business in 2009. And telemedicine was the one route where we could serve the people. But to reach the people again was a pain point. How to reach them that the service is available. So I tried directly, but I couldn't reach with internet because internet penetration was only 10% that time. Mobile penetration was still better than that. It was almost 50%. So I said, why not to ride with some mobile? After a couple of years, we realized this problem that we are not, the product was good, the service was good, our intentions was good, but we were not serving the society. So how to reach the customers? So we had to use, because I cannot burn millions or billions of money because startup concept was not there that time. हम तो ये तो छोटा सा business शुरू कर रहे हैं. तो startup concept started, it was just beginning that time. So then we tied up with one of the telecom companies. It was exclusive contract that they will not go to any other operator and we will not go to any other operator. So it was a mutual understanding for 2 years. We started the service. We reached 15 crore people. And out of that, few subscription happened because price point was very low. All the products were having 1 to 5 rupees band. Because we understood that 87% of the population was having prepaid mobiles that time. And out of that, the average daily balance was just 8 rupees. So all the products has to be designed with that parameter. So you need to understand whether you are a product manager, whether you are a marketer or an entrepreneur, you need to understand what is your target audience behavior. तो 8 रुपए में आप क्या दे सकते हो, क्योंकि उसके पास तो 8 ही रुपए रोज रहते हैं जेब में, राइट? सो वट एवर प्रोडक्ट यू क्रिएट यू हैव टू, उसमें हो सकता है वो बात भी करेगा 1-2 रुपए की, तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा पैसा उसके मोबाइल में छोड़ना भी है अपने. अगर वो पैसा ले लेता है डेली का, वो डेली, आई हैव सीन पीपल दैट टाइम दे वर recharging 10 rupees every day or 5-7 rupees, 8 rupees, you know, they were every morning they will go to the nearest store and 10 रुपए का रिचार्ज कर दो, 5 रुपए का रिचार्ज कर दो. And it was a good model to penetrate, you know. I think that's the reason we have so many mobiles today, and we are the cheapest rental of telecom, telecommunication today. So that helped us understand there were competitors who launched their products, very big companies. I don't want to name it on this social platform, but they burned 200 crore each, and they could not succeed because their product, they could not understand the price point. If you are positioning your product, doctor consultation at 49 rupees, you know, so you're killing 87% of your market. And the people who can afford, they will not use telemedicine, because they still believe that going physical, they can afford a physical doctor and they will go to physical doctor. So somebody launched a service, another big player, they launched a service for 15 rupees per minute. So again, they could not succeed. The gentlemen who can offer, maybe emergencies, if sometimes I require, I can consult a doctor. But if I need a consultation properly, then I will go to. But in 5 rupees, it won't pinch my pocket, you know. Whether I can afford a doctor or not, I could consult a doctor. So that is very important to understand the sociology, the economical barriers, and your consumer behavior.
So in the current market scenario, actually, I was working on the BNPL services in the healthcare as well. So the point is that how you see as a market in India for a BNPL services, because the thing is that many of times as a young entrepreneur, I go to somewhere and talk to my pitch, they are not able to understand the syncing of the healthcare and the finance in the same domain. So do you think that is that something, a rejection all entrepreneurs have to face, and then after they have to revamp themselves?
See, I have also faced these challenges because healthcare was not supposed to be on phone. They said, who will take medical consultation on phone?
Yes, sir.
I said 50% of people in India do not believe in astrology, and astrology was a 100 crore product. I'm talking of 2010 and 11 on mobile, 100 crore product. I said, even 50% of that people believe in healthcare, and healthcare is required by everyone every month. So CDB was the first investor, and I still remember the gentleman. He was GM that time, very senior position in CDB. He said, I do not know whether this is because the other managers in his team they had already rejected a proposal that this is health is not going to work on phone, because this was the first model. So, but gentleman said, I've seen your profile, I've seen you working, but I do not know whether the product is going to work or not. But I believe in you, that you will make this product work. So you need someone like the people who can believe in your personality, in your resume, in your CV, that yeah, this person has experience of this, and this is his education background, this is what he has done till now. So I'm sure that his success stories have some confidence that I can put my money on this project. So we wanted 1 crore initially. He said, I will start with 50 lakh rupees, and after gradually they will invest more. But immediately we achieved whatever we set our targets for the first year. We achieved 4 times of that. So he gave us 4 crore rupees.
Sir,
So that was once government bank is putting money on you, then entire market comes for that. So yeah, that there is a confidence of the company has proven that your product, your services, or whatever your business model is approved.
So you have really seen the both noble side and the murky side of marketing and the medical domain. That brings me to your very interesting phrase, minimizing the 50% bullshit in marketing, which is a phrase taken from your book. The segment three, as we move forward, is strategy, profit, and the your insights on this. The section will be taken over by Mr. Vashish.
Mhm.
So, am I audible, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, sir, I wanted to ask you a question related to your work in divinity. So, what tells you that your contribution is creating true karmic value in terms of strategy? And like, how do you calculate the social return on investment? Is it like individual transformation or upliftment, or is it something else?
See, it's a mix of impact what you are able to create.
Okay.
There are various parameters to judge that. One is like my book, which was there. It was again one of the top advertising gurus has said that 50% of marketing is going waste
Yes.
because we do not know which 50%. So one of my bosses, who was my managing director in Schwabe, when I was heading Schwabe's marketing division in India, so uh, he's again repeated this that okay, we have this 4 crore rupees budget, but I do not know 50% is going to go waste. So I took that leaf that how to minimize that bullshit. He said 50% is bullshit. We do not know. So that's the reason that my book's title was again from that side, minimizing that 50% bullshit. How can we reduce the wastage? So my book was written in 2006, 2007. That time era was not digital. Now you can, there are a lot of parameters on technology which can give you the strike rate and which can give you conversion rate, those kind of things. But that time when print media was there, you do not know how many people are reading that. It was an assumption that so many circulations are there, then you're giving a call number. At least 100 calls should come to you with that number on if your advertisement is going on the front page. So that was the measurement kind of thing.
Okay. Okay.
That was the reason. But if I have to rewrite the book today, I would reduce it to maybe, why should even you waste a single percent? The noble cause, like metrics, if you're talking of socially impact, is like why this divinity we started. It was started with the impact of that we have seen 15 lakh students appearing for JEE exam with the seats are 10,000 in IITs. Everybody wants to go to IIT. Everybody wants to become doctor. Doctor, 25 lakh people are giving and there are 75,000 seats. Government seats, I think, maybe less than 30,
Yes.
40,000. So those numbers versus the aspirants. And we have a huge number of youth pool, which is 18 to 29-year-old. Those are around 30 crore plus. If we do not create suitable opportunities for them,
Yeah.
this is going to be a burden on the society, on the country. So today you see so many youths are working for delivery as a delivery boys. What is their earning? 15,000 rupees a month. It's 500 rupees per day. That's it. So can they run a family in 15,000 rupees? If 5 members are working, perhaps maybe 3, 4 members are working in the society, then they can afford some small rental flat in Delhi and they can run their course. But if you have to grow and the economy is growing, so you have to create some opportunities for these people. So we have to give them skills. On the other side, if you see the World Economic Forum's report, there are a lot of requirements all across globe. People are eyeing Indian for different roles. Europe market is degrowing in population. So
Yes.
their kids are not willing to take work or as blue collar jobs. So can we train some people here in India and send them, make them fit for those markets? The
Absolutely.
minimum salary would be 3 lakh 50,000, 3 lakh, 3.5 lakh rupees. So he not only can survive, maybe if he spends 1.5 lakh or 2 lakh rupees there on his good living, he can still send 10 times of what he's earning today to his family, which will uplift his family standard and create some opportunities for his family members to do well in life.
Yes.
So this is one objective, to train whatever youth we can and give them good directions whether they want to go for higher educations. There are a lot of opportunities for higher educations in engineering, in medical, in economics, in management for free. You know, there are some very good colleges. There, Germany has 450 universities, and most of the universities have almost all the courses, and they do not charge any tuition fee. There are hardly any registration. What we take it as a pocket money today. Some universities are charging 12,000 rupees. Some are charging 20, 30, 40,000 rupees. Some international students have to pay 1.5 lakh rupees per semester. Those are rare. But even if you compare that with IITs or other institutes, I do not know what is the faculty's fees today. We studied in 2,000 rupees that time. Per semester was, I think that was, and we used to get it back in form of scholarships. So I never paid anything to my IIT. I never paid to my institute, that was FMS that time. So it was practically free education. The same education is free in different European countries, and very high quality education, very good skills available there. And after that, the good jobs are available.
Yes.
If you did your BTech from Germany, you will get a job of 5 lakh rupees per month. So 60 lakh package for a starter is good. You know, even you
Yes.
get 20% tax, 4 lakh ho gaya. 2 lakh rupees you spend on your living and a good flat. Again, you save 2 lakh rupees per month. You know, so
Yes.
that kind of opportunities which people are not even aware of. Nobody is talking, because you have some career counselors in the market who are greedy. So they will not guide you to those free educations. They send the students to those countries where they get some commission from. US, Australia, UK, Canada, those kind of universities. And they cost in crores, not even lakhs. The 4-year course would be costing at least 1 crore minimum. Some are costing even higher. So that is one, higher education and career building is our one forte. Second is universal peace and harmony, irrespective of whatever faith you believe in.
Hmm.
Prayers do help. We have a lot of scientific studies. We have a lot of testimonies. We have proven it that prayers can change the entire world. So if more and more people start praying in whatever faith you believe, it will create a very positive impact, and world will become more harmonious and peaceful place to live. Third one is again healthcare, which we have already worked. So we have a lot of social people, economically weaker section, who either has no knowledge to get the treatment. They are not even aware of government schemes which are available for free. So, and which doctor can give. So we have some doctors who are giving free consultation even on this platform. So we are creating a platform right now. The divinity is in formation, nascent stage, I would call. So we have big plans to create some impact on the society with the success rate, and these people will definitely contribute back to the GDP, because we have seen healthy people can contribute more to the economy. More educated people can contribute more to the GDP again. Similarly, more skilled people can create. And if there is no war, if there is no economy will be healthy, at least in our part of the world. I cannot talk about America. Weapon lobbies are there.
Okay, so true, sir. So you talked about there is a gap in the skills in the individuals, and so I wanted to ask you that as you already said that both recreational activities and sports both necessitates to the holistic development of the students or individual. So and looking at the current condition of Indian education system, what are some changes that you would suggest for the education system in order to balance the academics and physical and mental health, keeping in mind the social and economic barriers of the population?
See, it may vary from, because every individual, in fact, our society, our demography is very, very
Diverse.
very variation is there, huge variation. We have tier 3, tier 4 cities, we have metros, we have people who are earning in crores, have people who are struggling even for their basics,
Yes.
for survival,
Yes.
for their basic food. So these people can be, given different solutions. If you see the metro kids going to public schools, good public schools, they would require more of resilience. They would require more of health, like detox from digital media, which they are getting, which is getting influenced, and some core development. Their communication skills, I assume, are much better as compared to uh, the overall development. If you see that, that is would be more survival. But if you see the survival, I feel that a child from tier 3, tier town would be better survivor if given the same opportunity. They have fire in their belly. These people are pampered. So different case studies are there for different target audiences. So we cannot have a one fixed menu for everyone. So we'll have to create customized systems, and not a buffet system, a customized system, like where we can, offer them. New education policy has come up. Of course, it is very flexible, like it is giving opportunity to a lot of to study subjects. So I attended one conference here in Delhi that there were, success studies from government schools for vocational subjects. The people who were taught, they were very interested, because people in government schools are not willing to study only theory. If you're given something in the practical, and
Yes.
they enjoy that, doing something, because there is some physical involvement, mental involvement to solve a problem is involvement there. So that would be changed. So vocational subjects have good impact for that kind of people who come from a lower middle class or lower class economical status. But with the AI coming in, it is going to change everything. I think you may not require any bookish language. I was talking to one of the directors who are working with our product. He said, "Sir, your generation was the first which has seen computers coming in, and you will see the computers going out, and you have seen mobile coming in your lifetime, and you will see mobile is exiting in your lifetime." So AI is going to create so many different products. Of course, what is it required? The technology is what we are doing is communication,
Yes.
information exchange. So there will be different products for this kind of information. So we may not require laptops or PCs or mobiles for these all things. So there will be much smarter products which are coming. I'm sure you people will have even better uh, exposure than us.
Absolutely.
So education has to be according to me, the personality is very important.
Okay.
The resilience, like I said, positive attitude. We are there are anger issues in today's generation. They come to some stresses also. We've seen a lot of suicides, and boys suicides in education are increasing. That is very challenging thing, because we are not training them with a strong mind. So a strong mind, you need to have a healthy body. Healthy body has a healthy mind. So
Absolutely.
train them, give them positivity. Positivity is a behavioral issue. Our positive attitude comes from the kind of social exposure which we get. So we have to feed our mind, feed our environment with lot of positive things. So we have to teach that. We have to inculcate that in our education module in the school level, and I think at college level also. So that is one. Second is your body language and communication skills. Of course, I came from a government school, so my English was not absolutely very poor till I landed in IIT, and this was the first time I got exposed to English music. That time I learned that, and I learned the language accordingly. Because everybody was coming from different state. Somebody was coming from South India. Somebody was coming from very affluent public schools. So everybody was talking. So English was a common language. So I had to pick up. So I was forced to. So environment influenced my learning.
Yes.
So not only, and I was very jovial with my classmates and the batchmates. So I became very popular. So that motivated me to develop good personality and leadership skills. So environment also plays a role. But if you can create that environment deliberately, so it will help in personality of the students. Like some schools have started some activities on this, but not generally. If you see that, if you recall your class also, those limited number of students are, participating everywhere. 5, 7, 7, 10 students of fifth class of 50. Oh, they're participating in drama, they're participating in dance, they're participating in. Not everybody is pulled. So if
Yes.
you make it mandatory for every child to participate, so that will have impact on their personality, because public speaking is one thing which is very important in your business or your career role. Second, like I said, leadership quality, and these two can be learned and
Yes.
inculcated in the system. So as a holistic, if you see,
Yeah.
degree doesn't matter in long run. Nobody asks me where did you study from. They see how influential you are. Can you talk well? Can you carry yourself well? Can you develop rapport with your team members? Can you develop good rapport with your bosses?
Hmm.
So those kind of things I would give more emphasis. क्योंकि प्रोडक्ट तो सीख लेता है हर आदमी, है ना? कोई
Absolutely.
if you see the people from IITs, top IITs join either consulting or they join finance firms, but they have studied engineering.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with this. Why do the best employers pick them up? Because they know ki the IITians are hardworking. This boy is good in working and he has habit of developing, learning things well. इनका brain ठीक है, they will learn. तो इनको कुछ भी सिखा तो सीख लेंगे.
Yeah.
That's the reason they are hired, and they do well wherever they go.
Yeah.
Because learning any ability you can do at any point of time
Absolutely.
in your life, if given that environment. So if you are trained, because बहुत सारी चीजें आपकी companies train करेंगी आपको.
Yes.
So education is personality driven, should be personality driven, so that they create positive personalities, and so ultimate objective is to create good and productive citizens.
Absolutely. So true, sir. So true. So coming to the next one regarding strategy. So I wanted to ask you, in your experience, which metric tells the truth about whether a brand is truly healing people or getting to the customer's needs uh, in totality? So whether it is repeat usage, complaints, NPS, or employee churn, or is it something deeper than these KPIs?
See, for first and foremost thing is whether it is solving the problem of the consumer. If it is solving the problem, then there will be automatically repeat. If you're getting positive feedback, that shit is very important. Consumer experience is very important thing. So rather than profitability or other things or employees churning, these are secondary things. These are cultural issues of the organization. It has nothing to do with the brand. So, but the brand is, if you are able to solve the problem, if you are able to connect with the consumer, then it will be win-win situation for both, for
Yeah.
the brand and the user.
Okay. Okay. So true, sir. Thank you, sir. So over to you, Srijan.
Thank you, Vashisht. That was very interesting, and thank you, sir. So, as we move to our last segment, which is conscious leadership, Jyotish, and the decision making. So, you have spoken about the outer strategy and the inner integrity. I want to go one layer deeper into your inner toolkit as someone who studies Jyotish and spirituality. So, you are also qualified as a Jyotishacharya and have worked under the guidance of K.N. Raoji, if I'm not mistaken. That's a
Mhm.
very unique integration with a corporate career. So, how has Jyotish shaped your understanding of timing, risk, and human potential in business decisions? And also, what does this unique field actually means to you, and how have you really adapted it to your current thought process, sir?
The Vedic Jyotish which I learned is a pure mathematical equation calculations. But it is a wonderful science. It's called divine science. And not everybody is able to predict. Even my guru, Shri K.N. Raoji, he used to say that Even if one is able to predict using these principles, 60% is one of the best Jyotishacharya. And there are a lot of Upayacharyas in the society rather than Jyotishacharyas. So Upayacharyas means they will charge you, okay, your these planets are not up to the mark, and so you'll have to pay this much. Ye wali puja kar lo, ye wala jap kara lo, ye wala kar lo. So they will charge you for few thousand to few lakh rupees. Ye wala stone pen lo, ye wala. Uh, this different things are, upayas are there. So, in fact, our Vedic Jyotishacharya, which is uh, Prasha Jyotish, which is our ancient Jyotish, it has nothing to do with any of these things. They said, if you are able to ucharan devote yourself to the God, surrender yourself to the God, that whatever I've done wrong, please forgive me. And Jyotish is karam is pradhan. It is not the destiny driven, it is the karam driven. You can change your destiny with your karmas. Some timings are there. So timings are basically, it's a calculation of various stages depending on the native's natal chart when you are born. So if it is time is correct, if the place is correct, so there are some degrees of, so some influence on those. Not it is 100% correct, but it is gives you broader idea that yeah, this is the right direction. So Jyoti means light, and light is to show how do you shape your future. So this would be good for you, so you should go in this direction. It would be better. But sometimes people are not able to understand deeper because Desh Kal Patra. So in Jyotish, there are three important parameters. What is Desh Kal Patra, which is sociology, your timing, and the native, which is for which it is the same thing. If you have same chart and there is a rickshawala who's having the same chart, planets, and the king in America is having it same planets in this planet position, absolutely same. So all the three would have different results, right? So that is the reason it is very, very subjective to social. So understanding of sociology is very important, whether it is Jyotish or whether it is marketing. So that is important. That's how you, and it's karma pradhan. So you will have to, there is no replacement of hard working. I still believe that your hard working should be balanced with your life also. So work-life balance is important. Family and profession should be hand in hand. It should not. So like there are some countries where people do not even talk. It is crime if you call them in after office hours. And if boss is sending you a text, they will have to apologize. I'm sorry, this is really urgent. I'm disturbing you, your personal life. But in India, it is you can call at 12 o'clock in the night. So we still are, developing country. We have not developed yet. So these are some challenges which we have to, cope up with. The sociology part of it, and your karma was like, if you do good, I'm sure good is going to come back to you. One should be very clear about the objectives. Like you have done, I think it's your master's degree now. So most of you would be very clear with your objectives. Where do you want to reach in life? What do you want to have? So those goals are very important. If you have that, then you put a pause on that. That when I decided, I chalked out my Excel when I got married after a couple of years with my wife. We sat and we decided this is what we are going to have in next 5 years, and this is what we would like to retire at. So this is it. That's it. So we don't want to be greedy. So I exited my company in 2022. So because I felt that I have achieved whatever I wanted to. So it is time to give back to society now. That's the reason whatever I can do, because I have to keep myself busy. I have to, whatever I've gained, I have to give back to society. Whatever knowledge I have taken, I should create. It should be disseminated to the desired audience as well. So why not to keep yourself engaged? काम करते रहो आप. पैसे की जरूरत नहीं है लेकिन आपको, but लेकिन you should keep yourself engaged and try to give as good as possible to the society.
So our next segment is the last segment of our conversation. We call it the strategic karma, the fun fire round. It's a rapid fire segment where questions will be short to you, sir, and you may respond to them within one word or one liners, the whatever first comes to your mind. So should we begin, sir?
Yeah.
So what do you secretly judge more, fonts in a presentation or grammar in an email?
None. I will not judge. I will judge the content, the
So
intention, what is जिसको
yes,
बोल लक्ष्य क्या है उसका. तो, जैसे
morning person or night owl?
see, one is, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you,
It's okay, sir.
because this is little broader than what it seems. Uh, it depends on the culture of the organization and the audience which you are presenting to. Of course, you are not supposed to judge. You are not supposed to do mistakes at certain levels. So communication skills are important. But still, if we are using some other tools, they're also, with Chat GPT is also making mistakes sometimes. So, but intention is good. If the idea is very good, so I would give 100% marks without going for the beautification or any mistakes, communication mistakes.
So if Excel had a horoscope, which planet would you keep crashing it?
Rahu Ketu would be crashed.
So what's your bigger red flag in a meeting? No agenda or a 70 slide deck?
No agenda.
So if brands had a past life record, which sin would appear most often? Overpromising, overpricing, or overposting?
Over boosting is bad.
So what's the most unhealed behavior you see in the corporate life? Ghosting emails, taking credits, or replying all unnecessarily?
Come again? I missed.
So what's the most unhealed behavior you see in the corporate life today? Ghosting emails, taking credits, or replying all unnecessarily?
Taking credits. Because information should be shared with all. It's okay.
So one advice you would give often that people nod at but almost never follow.
Time management.
So what reveals a person faster? How they treat waiters or how they behave in review meetings?
Come again.
So what reveals a person faster? How they treat the waiters who are like servers at the restaurant or how they behave in the review meetings?
Of course, the humanity is in the restaurant behaving with the juniors.
So you are a morning person or a night owl?
I'm a morning person.
A habit your family still teases you about?
Mm, I don't think any. But sometime I'm angry with my kids.
So one
Not
word,
habit, but behavior.
so one word your closest friends would use for you.
My name,
So if you could give a one line advice to your 25-year-old self, what would it be?
enjoy.
One book you wish every student in this audience would read.
Mm, I think body language.
So, ending with this, there's one takeaway question. If you were to give advice to our one of our young listeners, so what would it be today, in terms of the encompassing the segments of both, be that strategy, be that marketing, be that karmic philosophy, and everything? What would be that one thing that the younger generation should follow and live on?
See, one is great and other one is passion.
Thank you so much, sir. With this, we come to our end of our conversation. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this opportunity. It was such a pleasure and honor to have you with us.
I
And
enjoyed. I enjoyed all the questions. Thank you so much for having me here.
it is a
The best wishes to all of you. And if you need any personal guidance also, because we are helping the youth, you can connect with me on WhatsApp on one-to-one as well.
sure, sir. Thank you so much. So please stand ready for a commemorative photograph.
Mhm.
So you may leave the conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Srijan, for organizing this and chasing me for so long. I apologize that I forgot some time and I'm not very regular uh, on LinkedIn because your post was there. And but thank you so much for a wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everyone.
So much,
Thank
sir.
you.